This is Marsha Scarbrough, International Living's Spain correspondent, and today I'm in La Alberca, Spain, with another American expat. This is Gina Beneveto.
Hi, I'm Gina. Nice to virtually meet you.
So, Gina, how long have you lived in Spain?
I would say approximately 5 years.
And where do you live?
I live outside of Madrid in the mountains there. They're called Sierra Norte, in a little village, a little mountain village.
And how did you choose Spain?
That's a good question. I was living outside of the United States already for almost 15 years, but in the Middle East. And when I finished my work with the United Nations, you have just 2 weeks to leave Israel or Jerusalem. So I came to Spain just to visit my friends, and then I didn't leave.
What is the thing that you love about Spain? What was the thing that made you stay?
I think the people are so intensely lively. Like, they just will have a good time no matter what. And I feel that I'm much more American in the sense that I'm a worker. Work, 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 work. And they're teaching me to have a balance, that you should have fun.
So now you're thinking of moving from your little pueblo.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us about that.
Okay, it's been an amazing experience for me to live in a mountain village. You know, I call it, like, I think of it as Switzerland with paella. That's how I feel about it.
And good red wine.
Yes, exactly. So I have really been able to, I don't know, it sounds new agey, but to feel more centered, more present in my life, more calm, more myself. But I miss all the things you can do in a big city like Madrid, and I've been away from it for a few years, and I know it's time for me to go back.
And Madrid has a lot to offer, and you know, because you lived there before, right?
I did.
Yeah.
I lived right in the center, and I loved it. I was going to the Prado once a week. I could go just to see the Goyas, or I could go just to see Velasquez and go home.
Because it's free after 6.
Exactly, and I would do that every weekend. So that felt so luxurious that I can just go for free and sit and look at Goya or Velasquez. It was like, that was tremendous for me. And then I lived near a small, very funky barrio, Lavapiés, and I would see like a theater for 30 people or a concert for 30 people. And you could put on a performance. Things were very possible. And then, of course, with the pandemic, all that shut, and we can only hope that it returns. We don't know.
Yeah. But you have lived in other countries as an expat.
Yes, I have.
Tell us a little about where else you have lived in the world.
Okay, I lived for 1 year when I was 17 in London. I did A-levels, and then I decided not to stay. But I spent maybe 4 summers all over Greece. I love Greece very much. And quite a bit of time in Italy in the south, because that's where my family is from, half of them. But then I spent almost 15 years in the Middle East. So I was based in Jerusalem, and I worked in Gaza, Ramallah, Amman, Beirut, and Damascus.
Wow. So compare and contrast as an expat, as living there, Spain, Greece, Italy.
The thing, I find there's obviously a lot of similarities between the 3 Mediterranean countries. Certainly all love food, and all are intensely lively and social. But I would say probably the Spaniards are the most social people I have ever met. The Greeks are the most political. I mean, anyone will talk politics and know what they're talking about. That's not so true in Italy and Spain. And the Italians, really, they're connoisseurs of life. Like, the food has to be perfect. The image has to be perfect. You know, that's really critical to them. Spaniards, I feel like it's more fun. You know, liveliness and social ability.
I feel like Spaniards love to party.
They love to party.
They will party at any excuse.
Yes, and what's amazing is they can drink from the afternoon until the next afternoon, and nobody has a fight, nobody falls down, no one gets sick.
No one's really drunk.
Yeah, exactly.
Because they're eating while they drink.
Yeah.
It's like I say, the magic of Spain. You can drink all night and not be drunk. You can eat all day and not be fat.
Yes, that's true. Yeah, if you eat traditional foods for the Mediterranean, you'll be great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What would you say to a person in the U.S., because Gina's from Florida, right, originally, who is thinking of settling down, relocating to Spain?
Yeah.
What advice would you give?
Depends on where they're from. If they're from a warm part of the United States, I would say you're gonna love it either way. But if you're from a warmer part of the States, we're used to humidity, and a lot of areas in Spain don't have it, and you're going to feel that difference. But I think the liveliness, the natural beauty, the food, the prices are all going to be really very enticing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
It's my pleasure. It was really nice, and come, vamos a España.
See you here.